The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3 and verse 1. To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under heaven. Verse 7. A time to rend, and a time to sow, a time to keep silent, and a time to speak. All praises to Yahweh, by Shema Mashah, Baha'u'llah Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles, the great millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the seeking to be the elect of the nation of Israel. They're scattered abroad amongst the heathen. Some look like the heathen, against the 144,000. Preachers, teachers, and prophets. Shalom. Now we're in a time of exposure, time of speaking. When Esau is divided, and they are turned against themselves. All right? Esau is divided, and they are turning against themselves. Mark 3 and 23. And he called them unto him and said unto them in parables, Yahweh shall speaking, how can Satan cast out Satan? And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against itself and be divided, he cannot stand, but has an end. Right? So we're in the time of speaking out. Alright? Shame is upon their glory. The true intentions of America in these wars have been exposed, man. Alright? First and foremost, by the prophets, which would be the men of the great millstone, beginning with the elders and the apostles and the big brothers and the younger brothers on down, who have the testimony of Yahweh Shah, which is the spirit of prophecy, man. Alright? Been airing these jokers out. Now we're in the time when Yahweh Shema Shah is showing you who the wicked is. And that's why Yahweh Shema Shah said, hey, that wicked will be revealed with the spirit of his mouth. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 8. It says, let's start at 7. Let's start at 5. Remember you not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things. And now you know what will hold him, that he might be revealed in this time. And this is the time when these devils are being revealed. All right? They're turning on each other. They're speaking out. They're angry. All right? And now you know what will hold him, that he might be revealed in this time, for the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. Excuse me. Only he who now liveth will let it to be taken out of the way. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. And that's the prophets, by the word of the Holy Spirit. And shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Right? So Esau has been aired out, been exposed by the prophets. And now you also got whistleblowers, and also people that once believed in the system, was a part of the system, are airing them out. Hey, we have a video that we're going to play. The ex-Marine that was in North Carolina, I believe in North Carolina, that broke his arm when he was saying no one wants to die for Israel. Well, he's going to tell you what America was all about. He's going to tell you that America is all about greed. And the wars make no sense. All right? Let's get this in Job real quick. Your own tongue, what was it, Psalms? Own tongue shall fall upon themselves. Psalm 64 and 8, the Wadi Hawah Shema Shah. It says, so they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves, all that see them shall flee away. Right, so that's why no one's dealing with America, man. All right? America's not even dealing with Americans. Americans are not even dealing with this government and this political system anymore, because it's all about robbery and theft and murder, man. It's all about greed. As a matter of fact, you get Obadiah 1. And 4, thou shalt exalt thyself as an eagle. Now let's start up. 1. The vision of Obadiah, that's of the Lord God Yahweh Shema Shah concerning Edom, America, Esau, you Edomites. We have heard a rumor from the Lord Yahweh, beginning with you elites. We have heard a rumor from the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah, and an ambassador sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, and thou art greatly despised. So everyone hates America. Even Americans hates America. It's leadership. All right? And what they stand for. The pride of thine heart has deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as an eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, said the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai. If thieves come to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they have not stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? You see? So ultimately it's going to the destruction of Esau and America, but also goes to show you how Esau wants everything. All right? He wants all resources. He can never be satisfied, as the scripture says. How are the things that Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? Well, the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai. All right? Reading, researching, videos, most importantly, the scriptures. All right? The scriptures tell you everything. It just information comes out that links everything up to the scriptures. And you're like, oh, that's what that means. So they're being constantly being exposed. All right? So, their own people turning on them, airing them out. Because remember, Esau, when you get Habakkuk 1 and 6, the water help us Shema Shah. For lo, I have raised up the Chaldeans that build and haste the nation, which shall march to the breast of the land to possess the dwelling place that are not theirs. They are terrible and dreadful. Their judgment and their dignity shall proceed of themselves. Their horses also are swifter than the leopards, and are more fierce than the evening wolves, their military might. And the horsemen shall spread themselves, and the horsemen shall come from far, and the horsemen shall come from far. They shall fly as the eagle that hasteth to eat. They got the military everywhere, the bases. They shall come all for violence. Their faces shall suck up as the east wind, and they shall gather the captivity as a sand. So what they do is they go conquering nations, stealing resources, and come up with a narrative to try to justify their actions. All right? And they shall scoff at the kings, and the prince shall be a scorn unto them, and they shall deride every stronghold, for they shall heap dust and take it. You see? They take everything, man. Then shall his mind change, and he shall pass over and offend, imputing his power unto his God, and he make these nations fall out the ways of America. All right? So, you got this video right here, the Young Turks. I'll put the link in the description box, but I'm going to start it right here. And I'm going to jump to like the maybe 7-minute mark. Ex-Marine who broke his arm protesting Iran war joins the Young Turks, TYT, March 12th. That's the day, right? Oh, this 3 days ago. But listen what he says. All right? Hey, it takes a Marine or a veteran to air these jokers out. And look, when these veterans start to let you know, like, hey, they like, hold. Hey, that's when you Americans that want to hold on to this place, hey, that's when you really need to know and understand. When these veterans start telling, who've been in war, who've been over there in these places, when they start to tell you what it is, well, when the prophet started to tell you, you already know what it is. But hey, when the Marines who was in that combat in the battlefield performing these acts, when they start to tell you, hey, you should start to open your eyes to ho. America, these damn white folks, ain't about nothing. Majority of them, the Edomites. Why I said a majority? Because you got Israelites that look like so-called white people. All right. Now, real quick, Yahweh Shema Shai is pulling back the veil, man. All right. Pulling back the veil. See, everything is being brought out, and it's gonna cause straight up turmoil, man, chaos. Y'all know what it's for. We don't gotta keep saying it. Oh yeah, Isaiah. I think it's 25. Should pull back the covering cast. Yes, in this chapter. Yeah, Isaiah 25:7, and he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations. You see? So, hey, people are starting to see, all right, and the nations are starting to see really who these Edomites are. But guess what? Y'all still ain't gonna drop that white Jesus on you. Hey, y'all fail to realize America, before they became America, they went throughout these countries slaughtering and conquering, as we read in Habakkuk 1, imputing their God. All right, hey, white Jesus, that Christianity crap, their democracy, rules and legislations. You see, all in the name of Christianity. Okay, the whole while, hey, they were colonizing. These are the same Edomites, man. These are the same so-called white people. All right, that y'all claim salvation is for. Well, let's just let him tell you that, hey, it made no sense. And he's gonna tell you, hey, it's all about greed. All right, I'm gonna play from the 3 minutes to maybe like the 7-minute mark. Then I'm gonna jump closer to the end.
It's more of the same, and that's why I'm speaking. Brian, they say it's patriotic to, go and fight and be a combat veteran. And obviously, signing up to defend our country is intensely patriotic. But did you wind up defending our country, or did we wind up in these wars for a different country? And did you lose your brother in arms? And in your case, now broken arm, by the way, but from a senator who takes a ton of money from AIPAC, the Israeli lobby. Did they lie to you? Was it all for a different country? Jake, real quick, I appreciate you being such an advocate and your comrade in this effort. It's been a very deceitful campaign of weakening all the states surrounding Israel over the last 25 years. There was a whistleblower from the military ranks that said this was the plan, take out 7 countries in the next 7 years. It's taken longer than that, but we've all known Iran was in the end of this list as the strong established power they are. And they've greased the wheels of public opinion somehow, or have hypnotized people to think that this is a rightful, justful, campaign of war, and it's all been for Israel or colonization. And you can recognize a tree by its fruit, and the fruit of this has just been senseless murder and killing, and it's about time we've all woken up. I think 9/11 did do a job on all of our emotions, and gave us some weird justification for just conflating all Muslim countries as if they were Afghanistan or part of the Twin Tower terrorist crew. But so much has come out,
and that was bullshit. The government did that. Afghanistan, they didn't do that. The government did that, so they can implement the Patriot Act. Hey, it was all about stealing resources, man. Going over there to steal resources.
So I think all this war has been very baseless.
Yeah, I mean, look, I I have so much I want to ask you about. When it comes to the war in Iraq, for instance, I'm not sure if you were deployed to Iraq, but that war never made any sense. Even the allegations that we did it for oil didn't quite make sense to me, because we don't import Iraq's oil even now, right? So like, what was that really about? And then you go back and you watch the videos of Benjamin Netanyahu, and then you hear what General Wesley Clark testified about during the Bush administration. You learn about the clean break memo that did seek to move away from the Oslo Accords and the whole notion of a two-state solution to instead avoid diplomacy and just kind of go for the entire region, for Israel to go for the entire region. And then they also talk about it openly, publicly. Just today, Benjamin Netanyahu gave a speech where he says that they are, pursuing that region as the hegemon, as the, dominant power. And in order to do that, you have to disempower, you have to destabilize some of the developed countries there, including Iran, including Turkey, which is next. Turkey wasn't even included in the list of countries to attack, but the Israelis are already talking about invading Turkey. So were you deployed?
America don't want that smoke with Turkey. Hell, they can't deal with Iran. Not putting Iran down. I think Iran. Let me see if I can pull it up. We got one of the strongest militaries. I know with NATO, because Turkey's a member of NATO. But Turkey is an Islamic nation, so they ride with Iran. They ride with the Islamic nations. All right, the hell with NATO. What should I say? How can I word this? Is or does Turkey have one of the strongest military in the world? Yes, Turkey possesses one of the strongest militaries in the world, consistently ranking within the top 10 to 15 globally and holding the second largest standing army in NATO. Standing army, that's troops on the ground. Correct me if I'm wrong. Alright, it says in NATO, after the United States, its military strength is characterized by a large active personnel count of approximately 355,000 plus. It says significant combatant experience and a rapidly expanding domestic defense industry specializing in advanced drones and technology. All right, so hey, you talking about you want to smoke with Turkey, and they are members of NATO. You see, and go to show you, hey, they were talking about taking over Turkey, your own ally. So Esau he don't care about nobody. Hey, he just see them as Muslim nations, man. All right? Edomites, beginning with these elites, the Israelis, they all together. America and Israel together, man. They all together. All right? So they're telling you what's going on and who is who. All right? But let's keep playing.
The list of countries to attack, but the Israelis are already talking about invading Turkey. So were you deployed in Iraq by any chance? And
my fault. She said the Israelis talking about invading Turkey. Get out of here. Get out of here. See, the Israelis ain't gonna invade nobody without the help of America. Alright? But you see what's going on with Iran? Anyway.
If you were, what did you believe you were going to Iraq for? And when did you realize it was all a sham?
Part of my problem with wanting and trying to convince people of the sham these wars are is understanding my own personal perceptions back when I was 20 or 21 years old going to Iraq in the Marine Corps. I had no concerns about the world. I had no contextual information about the world. I was just young, fresh out of high school, right into the Marines, and ready to execute orders and be a good Marine. And so I understand that there's such a irrational mindset of so many, and the conflation and the propaganda can do such a job on people to trick us that war is justified, and until you get there, I don't think you know what you're signed up for. And I know
You catch what he just said? So they were fed lies and they went along with it because they thought they were right. So they were seduced, bamboozled. You see? Coming straight out of high school. That's most of these guys. They just go along with the narrative because they feel as if the American government can never lie. When we're in the time of exposure, and it's coming out that they're all lies, they're all about greed and self, and they don't care nothing about their own troops, nor the citizens of America, which y'all stole from us Native American Indians. Also Hispanics and Latinos. Y'all stole all our land from North Central South America.
we can power through it, and people can do amazing things, but when all the noise dies down, like it has for me, and I've had 4 children, and you do learn about the world, the things you've done and things you've seen in war or combat really come back and make you have to come to terms with them. And when I met my wife, who's a Palestinian American, she can see things from an oppressed point of view, and seeing things through her point of view and being in love with her and really seeing things through her eyes, and then seeing the genocide unfold, and has just really done a job on helping me see it from all sides. And so I'm just taking my perspective and my experience, and I'm just really trying to genuinely help others to try to be able to conceptualize it instead of having to experience it themselves.
Mm-hmm. Just a quick follow-up before I toss it to Jank. Does she cook, your wife?
Yes.
You be eating good. You be eating good, Mr. Brian. Okay, I love to hear it. Okay, let's go to Jank.
So, Brian, give me a sense, and I know it's just one person, and so you don't speak for all veterans, etc., but among the veterans that you know, how much are they waking up and realizing that they weren't defending America, that they were sent, again, like you realized, to defend another country or to attack another country on behalf of a foreign government?
I work at the fire station with a few veterans, and they are up to speed. They know what the true reason for this wars are: money, greed, and now even more specifically, Israel. And so the veterans that I know personally seem to show understanding of that. Now, I know a lot of more veteran friends that I don't see day to day, but I know through social media and are all across the United States, and I don't know exactly where they land. Sometimes they tell me, we don't have the same politics, but you'll always be my friend, and that kind of thing. So I don't know where they see things. And then one last set of veterans I was thinking about. I forgot my train of thought.
So that's okay, Brian. Let me just follow up real quick, and you'll remember in the midst of this answer too, which is I'm now noticing more and more veterans, interestingly enough, running in the Green Party, right? So Lieutenant Colonel Anthony Aguilar also running as he's a whistleblower for the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, running in North Carolina as a veteran. So, Brian, is that a trend, which is veterans going, no, war doesn't make any sense. We're going to go all the way to the Greens because they've always been for peace. And tell us a little bit about where you're running to.
It seems to me like that is a trend. There's a lot of unconventional candidates, in this election, and that makes sense. The system is really showing itself to not work and be of the people, and so that would unconventional people to step up, like myself. The last thing I would like to do is file with the FEC and do a bunch of administrative work to get myself in the position to do this. But I'm so thankful I did, and it was only the passion to try to fight against the genocide and fight against the senseless wars and murder that motivated me to want to enter into this arena. And so, yeah, and I am so pumped to be with Tony Aguilar. His words towards Senator Sheehy delight me so much and make me feel that camaraderie and someone that's on my side and gives me strength in this fight, because it really is, we're not being listened to by our governments, and they are just doing anything they want without checking in with anybody. We used to think checks and balances was something that was unique or special about our government, and that's all falling flat. So anyway.
Yeah, and for the audience members who live in North Carolina, he's running for the Senate seat in North Carolina.
Well, that's it on that part. That's another part I want to hit. Oh, I think it's right here. Let's see.
Why the subject?
Do you think the American people are free? We hear all the time that our soldiers fight for our freedom. Do you believe that the American people are free?
No, not at this time. With everything that's going on, so much killing is being done without our advice or our opinion being taken, and ICE has really brought authoritarianism to our states, in our homes, and to our streets. And so I really am concerned about the direction our country's going in terms of liberty and justice for all. I think that's crumbling.
Yeah. My last question, Brian, is do you think AIPAC might have thrown in extra money to Senator Sheehy to break your arm? Like, not to do it ahead of time.
But yeah, that's it though. That's like the second or third jab I feel like he tried to hit that man with. But anyway, but you see, man, a veteran Marine told you how it is, man. All right, so you still think America was founded upon biblical principles and righteousness? Hey, you still don't think these so-called white people who disguise themselves as all holy and thou and righteous, you still think, I mean, who you think they are? They the Edomites, all right, the wicked, whom the Bible speaks of, all right? This is their true nature. He just told you, all right? So, hey, I was watching the Kim Iverson video. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find it. Because she was going into, she just don't, she found it hard to believe that America could be this ruthless to kill children. And I'm like, what y'all forgot about? Like, what y'all forgot about history? These are the same people. You see, these are the same people. It's just the skies underneath America. The same damn so-called white people, the same damn Edomites. Y'all forgot what they did to us Native Americans? Y'all forgot what they did to the Northern Kingdom of Israel? Us so-called Native American Indians, Hispanics, and Latinos? Hold on. Did you forget what they did to the so-called Negroes? All right? Which would be the Southern Kingdom of Israel, the so-called African Americans, Jamaican and Haitians? I mean, these are the same damn people. And look what they're doing now. Underneath the disguise of, oh, they're criminals, they're illegals, they're murderers and rapists. No, that's you Edomites. All right? Most of the people that ICE is going around snatching up, less than 14% of these people are criminals, man. Less than 14% of the people that they're picking up are criminals. The other people are law-abiding citizens, or they might got a little traffic violation or a weed possession charge or something like that. You see? We've been brought the information out. But let's see if I can find this video. Here it is. It says, this is a short that she put up a couple of days ago. It says, we have to do better than this as Americans. You see? Check this out.
Preliminary military investigation shows the United States is behind the killing of 168 schoolgirls as well as 14 teachers in Iran. I'm an American, and I am mad that my American military has massacred 168 little girls and 14 teachers. So I think that a big question we have to ask ourselves is, who are we as Americans? Who do we want to be? Are we the good guys? Or are we the bad guys? And if we think we're the good guys, and if we want to believe we're the good guys, do we think that these actions of killing kids, can we honestly say, well, it was just necessary? I don't think you'd say that if it was your kid. I don't think you'd say that if a foreign country came and bombed us and killed our school kids. But that seems to be what we want to say when we do it to others. And we have to be better than that. We can't just say, well, all is fair in love and war. We have to say, no, we are American heroes. That's what we want to be. We want to be the good guys. And if we want to be the good guys, then we need to act like the good guys. And the good guys don't massacre kids. If a tragedy like this happens, we must take responsibility, and we should all be having some sort of memorials and grievings for these children all across this country. All across this country. We should show the Iranian people that we are human here in America, that we will rise up and say, yes, we are at war, but we are not at war with your children. And we are very sorry.
You see? You see? So no, this has always been the history of these so-called white people, these Edomites. America, man. All right? Since when has the military had to, out of 200, about to be 250 years since, when has the United States military had to defend their own homeland? Never. Never. All this 9/11 and that was planned, it was staged. So they got the stage events to justify them going to take down nations, their leaders, and stealing their resources, man. Ain't been no threats over here in America. Hey, during that same time, to my anthrax. They were bull crap. They were sending folks through the stuff like that through the mail. It wasn't who was that Iraq boy, it wasn't what's his name, Bin Laden and them. So they got the stage stuff to try to justify their actions. This place never had to be defended from no terrorists, but it's about to be. You see, America planned to stage everything, man. But America, as we read in Habakkuk 1, they stationed their military everywhere to conquer nations, to implement their power, their gods, man. Their rules, their laws, their legislation, their way of life, and sucking up their resources. And the reason why the nations couldn't really fight back or win, because what? Prophecy, number one. Number two, America got a dominant military. But now you no longer have that dominant military like you once had or thought you had. Why? Because the nations have leveled up. And Yahweh Shema Shai has allowed these nations that were weak to now become strong. And when you think about it, Esau's mindset, his pride is so through the roof to the point where he never advanced in military warfare. So he always stayed the same, using the same tactics. But the nation has evolved and superseded America's military. All right? Let that marinate, man. All right? So America is the weak one now. The other nations are strong. And you read that in Isaiah 14. Are thou become as weak as we? You see? So, hey, this is America, man. All right? And we're Americans by citizenship. Like we ain't associated with America as, yeah, man, we Americans. Like, yeah, our homeland, we fight. No, man, hell no. No. We just here. Citizens, hey, we our second home away from our first home. us Native Americans, Hispanics, Latinos, man. And this not even our I don't even want to call it our second home, but we were here first. That made a living here. But our home is Israel. All right? Period. All right? So no, we just Americans by citizenship because Esau conquered it from us and called it America. Hell, you see they're trying to take away our birthright. But that's enough, man. Enough rambling. My fault. But hey, just go to show you, man, this place stupid, man. All praise to you, how about Shimon Shah. Hey, that's it, man. Stay prayed up in the names of how about Shimon Shah. Shalom.